Look at this. Look what I got. I had a friend drop off an old Lincoln welder. An old gas-powered welder. Now, if he brought this to the scrapyard the way it is, weighs about, I'm gonna guess, a little under 300 pounds. They would have given him probably tin price for it, and he probably would have left the scrapyard with 30 to 50 bucks. I'm gonna take the whole thing apart because the gas lines and all the gas fittings, magnet won't stick to that. Magnet don't stick to these posts. I'll probably sell that on eBay along with this. Maybe even the gas cap, stuff like that sells. Yeah, there's a lot of aluminum there. That's stainless. This welder is so old. It's a hand crank. It's not worth restoring. I'm just going to scrap it. And it came with two, they got to be 30-foot long welding leads. There's definitely 30 pounds of copper sitting there. I already weighed it. So once I strip it, that'll be number one. And I'll sell the ground clamp on eBay, and I'll probably sell the electrode head on eBay too. Yeah, there's a little nice little lump of brass right there. I'll get some good money off of this. Let's see if I can get this cover off now. Find out how much copper's in there. Alright, I got the cover off now. Those bolts were brass. The nuts were brass and the bolts are copper. So I'll shine that up and I'll get number one copper for that. So there's two more of them, and there's a bunch more of the brass nuts in here. But look how much copper was inside of that. That's all copper. And this down here is all copper too. But this is just steel. This stuff here, it's I call it sticky stainless. It's 400 grade. It's worth about 12 cents a pound. The brass bolts, the brass nuts are $1.90 a pound. And the copper is almost $4 a pound. But yeah, that's what was inside of that cover. I want to know what's inside of here. Bet there's a lot more copper in there. This is looks like a big giant electric motor or a generator. There's probably more copper in there than there is here. But I'll definitely take my air chisel and cut that. That's all number two copper. Alright. More big thick wires. Nice brass end. Alright, take it apart some more. Screws are out. Looks like a commutator. Springs for the brushes. There's the brushes right there. Sweet. But there's a lot of copper inside of there. Alright. Take some more apart. I already got a bunch of brass and copper out of this. And the brush housing is solid brass. There's a pound right there. These springs are stainless. I already pried this one out. Came out pretty easily. A bunch of number two copper, number one copper, stainless and brass. Alright, I tipped it up on end so I could get that last bolt out right there. And look what I noticed. That's all copper. All the way around all the way down to the bottom. There's got to be 10 pounds on each side. There's so much in there. It's solid, big, thick, solid copper wire. I already put my chisel in there and hit it with a sledgehammer. Separated nice. Got oil leaking everywhere. I got some dirt though, so it'll be alright. Alright, take it apart some more, I guess. Alright, I finally got that apart. I had to shut the camera off. There was too much yelling and swearing involved in it. Had to use my pry bar and of course my bigger hammer. And as soon as I got it off, these big chunks of steel came out. That's got to be at least 4 inches thick, and yeah, that's 1 inch thick. Very heavy. And that big lump of copper, 20 pounds of it. I got it sitting on my scale. And I still got to cut all the copper off of that. That's about 8 inches thick steel. Very heavy. And I thought this was gas line. Looks like gas line, but they're the spark plug wires. So that's coated copper too. And I think this thing's called the commutator. But it's so big and magnet doesn't stick to any of it. So I'll be taking that apart too. Alright, I'm gonna work on the engine block now. That's all aluminum. Alright. If you're wearing headphones, you might want to turn them down. Alright, here's proof I'm a hardcore scrapper. Even saving my tin cans from tuna fish. If you have a compressor, this is like the best scrapping tool. Aluminum! Oh, look how dirty the inside of the motor was. That's nasty. But I bet it still ran. Got all the crap on top of the piston. And the nuts that held on the exhaust were made out of brass too. So I'll be throwing those in a brass bucket. And there isn't much left on this thing that's aluminum. You know, I thought the engine block would be aluminum, but it's not. I don't think I'll be taking much more of this apart. Still want to try to get this commutator out. There's a lot of copper in here. Probably weighs 100 pounds. I can get electric motor price for it. Well, I'll give it a shot. I wanted to get the commutator off real bad. A lot of copper in there. I'll get electric motor price for that. So I tipped this old son of a gun up on its end. Took a real good look at it. The commutator was only held in by 6 bolts. They came right out easily. But the stupid thing leaked oil everywhere. I had to dump sand out like crazy. What a mess. Alright, I got my truck backed up to the garage. I kinda did a little 2-point rope attachment. And I got a little pulley. And I got it looped back around the crane hoist on the welder. And I got it sitting on my ramps that I built for loading my 3-wheeler. And I'm going to show you how to get a 300-pound motor in the back of your truck all by yourself. I already got it halfway up the ramp. It's pretty easy. So I'll see if I can get the camera to sit still. That was easy. Look, a giant slinky. And just pull it. Took me about 20 minutes to do this whole 30-foot long cable. It's tough. There. Now I got 15 pounds. Number 1. Okay, now this is very important. You gotta listen to me on this and trust me. Here's my bag of number 1 copper. I'm going to weigh it here. See, 16.5 pounds. Now the scrap yard would only give me 16 pounds for this because they round up or they round down. So what I always do is I'll either take some out, or in this case I'll add some. And now they're going to give me 17 for it. 17 pounds. You know, why give them a half a pound of copper for free? You know, weigh all your stuff before you go. Everything. That was the number 2 copper. That was number 1 copper. And there's my bucket of number 2. Look at that. 20 pounds, 7 ounces. Same thing again. I'll add a little bit of number 2. Reset the scale. Weigh it up. Now they're going to give me 21 for it. And they count the bucket as 2 pounds. The bucket actually weighs 2 1/4, so that's a 1/4 pound for free for me. But yeah, make sure you weigh all your buckets. Don't give them nothing for free. You worked hard for it. Alright, this is the back of my truck. Got the welder, the engine block, big giant chunk of steel. I got some number 1 copper. I got some 400 grade stainless. Got a aluminum ladder. Some number 2 copper. Some aluminum. Some brass. Oh yeah, number 1. Number 2. And some folding chairs and other bits of tin. Oh yeah. If you have anything hanging out of your truck like this, make sure you tie a red rag to it. Somebody will rear-end you on purpose just because it's hanging out of your truck. Alright, off to the scrapyard. Alright, this is my scrapping receipt. I got 400 pounds of number 2 steel. They gave me 10 cents a pound for that. Copper number 1, I had 17 pounds of that. $48 for that. Copper number 2, I had 19 pounds. They gave me 51. I had 1 pound of yellow brass. $1.92. 1 pound of sticky stainless, the 400 grade. I had 30 pounds of aluminum. And that commutator that was in that welder, that weighed 42 pounds, and they gave me electric motor price for it. And look at that, grand total, $169. What a haul. And I'm going to take all the current prices, and I'm going to transfer them. I have a dry erase board, and I keep track of all the prices, whether it's going up or down. And you should do this too. Keep track of stuff. And I'm going to put this in my pile of receipts. I save all of my receipts, and that way I can look back and see what copper was 5 months ago. You know, I can keep an eye on stuff. So I'm going to be doing a lot more scrapping videos, so be sure to subscribe, leave a comment. Thanks for watching.